Hello, and welcome to North Country Matters Presents Conversations with Candidates. The civic partners for our conversations include AAUW St. Lawrence County and AAUW Jefferson County, the League of Women Voters of St. Lawrence County, North Country Public Radio, the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, PBS TV, the North Country region of the New York State PTA, and the Center for Excellence in Communication at Clarkson University, which is where I work. My name is Dan Dulé. Our purpose is nonpartisan voter education. In this conversation, Russell Findley, candidate for the St. Lawrence County Legislature from the, which district number is it? 8th District. We'll be speaking with Robin McClennan of Seed Corn and Kathy Stein of AAUW and the League of Women Voters. Welcome to everyone. Russell, perhaps you'll begin. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I'll be back in a half an hour. You'll be amazed how fast it goes.
Actually, I'd like to move right straight to the questions. My candidacy is not about me, who I am, and what I am. It's about the matters that have to do with the people of this county, the management thereof, and the successes or failures that we look forward to having. So I would just as soon move right on to the issues, because you people have been kind enough to take your time, and this is very important for everybody. So please, go ahead.
Want me to go ahead? Well, actually, with all due respect, because before the camera started rolling, we were talking a little bit about some of your life experience and what that was going to enable you to bring to a seat on the legislature. And so I was just wondering if you could, talk about that a little bit.
Currently, I'm a farmer, which gives me a good background in agriculture. Prior to that, I've spent 5 years in banking. I worked for a Fortune 100 company in public relations and marketing, and I was on the U.S. bobsled team for 10 years, which afforded me the availability of traveling all over the world and meeting a lot of good people and seeing how different cultures interact, different forms of government. So I have a pretty diverse background. Do I have a fancy degree in anything? No. I have a master's from the School of Hard Knocks and Hard Training, but I think I've learned a lot, and like I said, with my public relations background and my banking background, I feel I bring a lot to the legislature.
So you describe yourself as a conservative, and can you tell me a little bit about what that means specifically with respect to your role as your potential role as a legislator?
Conservative basically means lower taxes, stop wasteful spending, and downsize government. In downsizing government, I'm not saying to go out and lay people off or get rid of people. What it means is government is not a producer, government is a consumer. Government has to be small enough to allow people to the entrepreneurship. We have to make infrastructure available for business. So the only way to make a proper business environment is to make sure that the taxes make it affordable for businesses to come to the area. Property taxes don't run away so far that people can't afford to live here. It's conservative means better management. Watch every penny.
So on the federal level, conservatives have been quite successful at reducing taxes, probably because it's a lot easier to vote for a tax decrease than it is to vote for a program decrease. But they've been ineffective at reducing programs. In the board, in terms of the legislature's budget and the county budget, where would you cut program to offset those, to create those tax breaks?
It's not a matter of cutting programs. It's a matter of looking through the programs and seeing where the waste is. And then there's certain programs that actually aren't even utilized. They're not a program that benefits this area. They're more of a state mandated program. And what you have to do is you have to look at the state mandated things, and you just have to sometimes say to Albany, no, we're not going to do it. It doesn't benefit us. We don't need it. We don't want it, and we can't afford it. It provides no benefit to this area.
What would be an example of a program like that?
I can't honestly give you a specific program. Like I said, there's so many state mandated programs that being on the outside as a candidate you aren't privy to. Once you get in there, you have to sit down and you have to examine these programs because, like I said, a lot of them are mandated, a lot of them are in social services, and you just, with privacy acts and everything like that, you just can't walk into social services and say, you know, give me all your programs, give me all your budgets, everything like that. That's the job as a legislator. Once you get in there, then you have access to those things.
Yeah, because, you know, of course, the problem is, it's, you know, everybody's for cutting waste, but, you know, one person's pork is another person's bacon, you know.
Exactly.
And so, you know, difficult decisions do need to be made. You mentioned taxation, and I know that an issue that's being discussed by the county legislature a great deal is the idea of a sales tax. Are you, in favor of an additional sales tax?
I am dead against any increase in any taxes. However, that being said, if we have to go with a sales tax increase, then with a sales tax increase, one of the things they keep throwing around is this fund balance and reserves and everything like that. Well, that's taxpayers' money. That's not the government's money. So if you're going to increase sales tax, and once you get enough money to properly run the government, because different monies come in at different times, and sometimes you have to have that reserve balance to run on, once you have that amount of money that you need, the residual money has to go back to the taxpayers. So if you're going to increase sales tax, which spreads it over 100% of the economy, less than half the people in this county are property taxpayers. So the residual has to be used to lower property taxes. And some people are going to say, oh, that's not fair. That's not fair to renters. They're not property owners. Well, yes, it is fair to renters, because as a landlord, one of the things you realize is your property taxes go up, your rent increases. You have to offset. So by managing property taxes and lowering those costs, then it means that it's more affordable for renters and property owners alike.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I'm going to try and get some programs out of you, because it's very easy to get people to support lower taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy to get people to support cutting programs that don't benefit them. But we do, where the rubber hits the road is, we're almost blessed in the county by having to have a balanced budget, so that we can't run a deficit. We have the fund balance and we have a fund balance instead of a deficit. But we've got to. You got to tell me something about programs that you'd cut, because we can't get it all out of efficiency unless you're talking. If you're talking about a tax decrease, which I assume you are. Is that true? Lowering taxes.
I'd be lying to anybody if I said that I'm going to lower taxes. That's political rhetoric that's been used for years, and it's a promise that has never been kept.
Thank you. That's very honest.
And my goal is to make sure that we can afford to stay here. Over time, there's always going to be increases. Everything goes up generationally. Things go up, but it's a matter of being able to offset the increases with increases elsewhere. You keep taxes down by making sure that there's more money coming in. The way to keep money coming in is to better market the area and try to bring more jobs in. Like I said, I don't want to see any layoffs at the county level. I don't, when I say the conservative mantra is downsizing government and this other stuff, that doesn't mean the way to downsize government is to go in, cut programs, and lay people off. Specific programs, again, I'd be lying to you, or I'd be making something up if I said, oh, this program is no good or that program is no good. Most programs have merits. Most programs have benefits. What it is wading through the individual programs, especially the state-mandated ones, and saying, okay, what portion or all of this program provides no benefit? If we can save a cost by eliminating a portion of a program that does absolutely nothing, you still have the person in the position, you still have the program running, but the program is better managed and more cost effective. Because let's face it, whether it's a state mandated program or a county program, it's still costing the taxpayers money. So it's not necessarily totally excising a program. It's better management, and it's eliminating portions of such that aren't going to benefit anybody.